Hi, I'm Doug Stoup. I'm standing here at the geographic North Pole with the Olympic torch for the Beijing 2008 Olympics. And for the past 10 years, I've been an ambassador for the Arctic and the Antarctic, and also for protecting this beautiful planet in which we live. It brings me great joy to educate the youth of today for the environment of tomorrow. The Ice Axe Foundation was formed really to educate youth. And how I do it is I usually go and I'll talk to a school prior to me leaving, which lets the school get to know me, and I talk to them about some of the previous trips and some of the difference that I've seen, and I talk about the culture and the wildlife and what they might see, so they have some excitement. Hello, Little Burn Middle School. This is Doug Stoup calling from the Arctic Ocean. I hope you guys are doing great today. I have a fascinating trip that I want to tell you about, and you guys are viewing for the Arctic Ocean.
I am currently at the geographic North Pole. I have a team of friends with me, and the four of us skied 60 nautical miles to the geographic North Pole, and we arrived several days ago, but we're camped right at the North Pole right now in our tent, and below me is about 4 feet of ice, and then below that is 3,000 feet of water, all the way down to the ocean floor.
As I'm going to some of these remote places on the planet, going down to Antarctica and going up to the North Pole, I'm seeing huge differences in the environment every year. I wanted to communicate that to our students and youth, so I started going to schools and doing lectures and doing slideshows. And then technology just came around in 2 years where I would use a satellite phone and call the school live, where they could hear me live and do a voice dispatch to the school, and they would have a moderator and about 10 students be able to ask me questions live. But since then, in the last 2 years, technology has advanced where I can take my BGAN in my backpack to the summit of Everest and be able to communicate live to students around the world.
Have you ever seen a polar bear?
Yes, I've encountered several polar bears. The scariest moment probably was in 2005 when I was skiing to the geographic North Pole from Siberia. There was a polar bear outside about ready to maul my friend. So we had to pull a flare gun out and shoot the flare gun in the air to scare the polar bear away. Hey! Hey! It's important for me to try to simulate the same activity that I'm going to be doing for 2 months, either in Antarctica or the North Pole. And so it's really important that I actually try to get the body used to pulling 280-pound sleds. Everything we need for 2 months is in that sled. I'm very meticulous about weighing every gram. I cut labels out of clothing. I'm actually decanting a lot of the food into smaller packages, which are plastic. I'm trying to take all the luxury items out. It's really only a matter of survival. I only take really one shirt, one pair of long johns, one jacket, and that's it.
Repeat the last part of the question.
In class, we have learned about global warming, but what is your definition of global warming and how does it affect us?
That's a fantastic question. Well, I'm not a scientist, but in 2005...
I placed some beacons on the ice that track the ice up to 5 years and give global warming scientists definitive data on where the ice is moving, as well as temperature and barometric pressure. And so these are some of the things I'm most proud of as an adventurer, is really not so much getting to the pole or getting to the summit. It's really, doing some of these scientific experiments and helping out scientists and helping out mankind. After 17 visits to the Antarctic continent and also 6 times to the Arctic Ocean and the North Pole, I started to see a lot of changes, not only changes in the environment and the ice conditions and the weather patterns, but also the wildlife, and seeing less wildlife and dissipation of penguin rookeries and the dispersion of krill. I was up in the Arctic Ocean this year, and there was huge pans of ice. All the multi-year ice that had been up there for the last 5 years was completely gone. And that is just really scary to me to show that that ice has actually been pushed down toward Canada and through the Baffin Straits and will melt here this year. Our planet can't stand to have the temperatures rise anymore. And a lot of the scientists say that it could be irreversible. And I think that's really important that we teach the students and the youngsters of today, because we won't be here when all this climate change has such a drastic effect. I really believe that I won't probably be on the planet by then, but my kids will and their kids' kids will. So I think you know, we need to start now and try to make a difference.